also had the opportunity to understand more products. How can we take advantage of these products? Which products are the best in terms of disability? Which products are the best in terms of permanent insurance? What does permanent insurance mean? So it's opened up my understanding in order to advise my clients better who have debt, whether you have kids, whether you don't have any of that at all and you're renting and you're single and you're just working and living day by day. Life insurance is still important for you because right now you are that healthy young individual, and right now life insurance could be super cheap for you and super accessible, but you don't know what life will look like in 5 years.
Oh yeah. Hi everyone, welcome back to Financial GPS with Daniela and David. Today we're going to be talking about life insurance. So everything that is related to life insurance, finances, how to secure your family, how to have like this safety nest to build your finances on. And on this occasion, we have a very special friend. She's a financial advisor, and she's here with us to share her knowledge and to help us find out all the options that people have for like life insurance and all the different types of insurance that we have. For that, we have Camila Mendoza. Hi, Cami.
Hi, Dani. Thank you guys for having me on your podcast. This is great. I know we've been planning it for a few weeks, and finally we were able to coordinate our schedules, busy schedules, but very happy to be here with you guys.
Thank you so much, Cami. We're so glad to have you, and congratulations. Cami just had a baby.
Yes.
And that's why we've been like trying to get her here. And what in the world, Camila?
What in the world?
You're here now. That's good.
Yeah, it's been quite busy, but like you said, very grateful to be on here and discuss something that I think is very good for our community to be talking about, especially in a podcast like this, where I know you guys focus on finance, insurance being such an important part of everybody's financial planning, but something that sometimes just flies over our head because it's not very appealing or attractive to talk about, but definitely something that
is not required,
exactly,
right? That
exactly.
You're not obligated to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, people just like,
flies over their head, but definitely important to discuss.
True. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Camila, for being here. I can see your commitment to the industry. That's why you're here.
Yes, definitely.
And I know how many girls you have now?
3 daughters.
Wow.
3 daughters. So definitely a legacy. Yeah, busy. Busy is a good word to put it. The youngest, like you said, 2 months old. I just had a baby 2 months ago. So definitely a change in our family dynamic. Full of girls. I have 3 daughters. So my husband is very, very lucky to be surrounded by women. But I guess also in having a family, and this all changed for me when I started having my kids and my family. It was a flip of a switch. I've seen it being done my whole life. I come from a family who's very invested in this, but it didn't click until I had my own family.
Oh, and I think you got a good point right there, because I think I can talk for myself and my wife that because we took this seriously, we're in a different situation right now compared to other people.
Of course.
I mean, we took this really serious when we we were in our early 20s.
Right.
And because we took the advice of your mom, other people, we're here today, and we're happy to share all the knowledge. And we're thankful that you're here to help us out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you already shared a little bit about your like personal life.
Yes.
Like, who is Camila? Like, tell us more about what you do and like.
For sure. So, like I said, I have 3 daughters. That is my personal life. But how I got into the industry and how I began everything really started over 20 years ago when we came to Canada, and kind of figuring out my parents what we were going to do in this new country. My mom was the one that started in the industry, and she started from basically zero, no knowledge in the insurance industry, got licensed, started working, and made a niche in the Spanish community. That's what she's specialized on most of her career, and really built an incredible business and an incredibly successful business for herself, which I always witnessed and always saw. Growing up, as I mentioned earlier, maybe not the most attractive industry to get into, went to university for something completely different, got a completely different bachelor's. But it wasn't until I started having my own family and having my own kids that I saw the importance of what we're going to talk about today. So I got licensed a little bit over 5 years ago. I got my life license, and I'm going to be totally honest. The reason why I got it is because I wanted a job that was going to allow me to have the flexibility of raising kids, but that was also going to put food on the table. Nice. And I said, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's study for this license and see what it is. And I started studying for it, and when I was getting licensed, I saw the importance of having this in my life, of implementing this in my life. But I also saw the importance of somebody like myself educating and advocating to people from my generation and people around me who had no idea what life insurance was, who had no idea about the importance of this, and were starting to have families of their own and didn't have knowledge of what life insurance was or could do for them. And I saw an opportunity there, and I said, you know what? I really want to dive headfirst and really get involved in this industry. And so I started that, and my idea was to be an advisor like my mother and sell to clients, which I did. Unfortunately, COVID hit very early in my career, so that kind of set me back a little bit. But in that setback, I saw another opportunity in our industry, and that was to work for the insurance companies and work as a wholesaler, what we know it as a wholesaler. So in my time in my career, I've also worked as a wholesaler with insurance company. I've worked with 2 different insurance companies from the perspective of the insurance company. So that has allowed me to see the business from another perspective, in the sense that I know how these companies work. I know the products that they're able to offer to clients. I know what it takes in order to give good advice. And it's allowed me to see the business from another perspective and understand our products a little bit better. So I've done advising, and right now I'm actually doing financial advising, and I'm working one-on-one with clients. But I've also had the opportunity to understand more products. How can we take advantage of these products? Which products are the best in terms of disability? Which products are the best in terms of permanent insurance? What does permanent insurance mean? So it's opened up my understanding in order to advise my clients better.
So basically, you're saying that not every company offers the same products.
Exactly.
And you can offer your advice. You can advise people to go through different companies depending on their situation, right? And needs.
Exactly. So the benefit of us, my mom, me, our team being financial brokers, is that we work with many different insurance companies. We don't just work with one. We don't just work with one bank. We work with several insurance companies who have several different products. Okay. And so what we do is we find the best product for you based on your needs, based on where you are in your life, based on if you have a condition, a medical condition, because a lot of people think, for example, oh, I've had cancer in the past, life insurance is impossible for me. That's not the case. We can work with a company that has a product specifically for you. Or I want to say for my kid's future, I want to get my child life insurance so that when they grow up, that life insurance is worth some money. Okay, which company is the best for you? So we really do that. We really do the research for you. We are the experts in that themes or in those topics, and we can advise you based on a knowledge that we have of these insurance companies.
Okay.
So COVID really worked in your favor.
I guess so.
Yes.
I
A lot of
guess
people.
so.
A lot of people.
A lot of
you know.
people did. I mean, I know a lot of people suffered a lot through COVID,
Yes.
and a lot of people saw, but
Opportunity to grow.
yes,
Right?
yes, and
So
COVID.
that's your case.
That's what I tried to do during COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Good job.
And what do you think is important to have life insurance?
So life insurance is definitely not a luxury. I think it's something that is very important to everybody. I always say, if you have a life, you need life insurance. It's not a choice, and it shouldn't be a choice, because life happens and circumstances happen, and things that we never expect to happen do happen, because that's life. I think life insurance is different. It is important for different reasons. I think it can be important to basically cover, your basic needs, whether you have a mortgage, whether you have debt, whether you have kids, whether you don't have any of that at all and you're renting and you're single and you're, just working and living day by day. Life insurance is still important for you, because right now you are that healthy young individual. And right now life insurance could be super cheap for you and super accessible, but you don't know what life will look like in 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
And getting life insurance right now, when you're young, when you're healthy, when you have the means to do it, could be super beneficial, because you could be paying a fee that's very minimal and that you could have for the rest of your life. And if life changes for you down the road, you're still paying this very minimal fee, because
Exactly.
you got life insurance when it was the best time to get
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Rather than waiting, right?
Rather than waiting until you're older, until,
Yeah.
God forbid, you pick up an illness, or, you have more children, and now financially you can't necessarily do it because you're older, or whatever case may be. If you're young and you're single and you have very few responsibilities, this is the best age to get life insurance,
So-
because your premium is going to be low.
Yeah.
You're a very low risk to the insurance company, so
Right.
you're going to get the best rates, but you don't know how life is going to change for you. And securing that rate when you're young and you're healthy and can get it is the best thing that you can do for yourself.
Better safe than sorry.
Exactly.
I say.
Sometimes I talk to my clients and I ask them, do you have life insurance? Do you have any type of insurance? Just to know if I can guide them and
Right.
send Patricia or someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised sometimes, because some of my clients are in their early 30s,
Yeah.
early or 20s,
Yeah.
and they say, no, I don't have life insurance. And I say, why not? It's like, oh, because I don't have anything.
Right.
And I'm in shock when they said that to me,
Yes.
because I think you should, the earlier the better.
The better.
Yes.
The better, because you can
Yeah.
secure the best rate for
Exactly.
yourself, and you can get into the habit of understanding it's not a choice, right?
Exactly.
You're young, you're 20, amazing. And what we talk about on a daily basis, myself, my team, we don't talk about the most attractive theme and topic of all. We talk about things that are happening to people and to people around us. And unfortunately, these are things that come when you least expect it. But if
Yes.
you're prepared, but if you have, like you said, that safety net, if you have that financial security or that security blanket, it makes these things a little bit easier to overcome. And that's what we're here for. Ultimately, what we do for our clients is that just provide a solution that will be there for them when they need it the most.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to talking about this insurance and all the benefits, I think the most important part is to get an advice, right?
Exactly.
Because even ourselves, we have insurance for little kids. We
Yes.
have 3 of them,
Yes,
and they're already covered. But
Yes.
there's reasons why,
exactly.
and I think that's the main reason is that they need to find someone who can guide them. And I think you and your team can do that for them, right?
Exactly. So, I mean, let's be honest. Nowadays, it's 2024. Everything is on the web. You can do anything and pretty much everything on the internet, even get life insurance. You can go on Google, I need life insurance, and, get it online. But we're talking about something that is very important to have and to understand. And working with an advisor who you trust is a fundamental part of this process, especially if you're getting life insurance for your children, especially if you're trying to figure out where to invest your money, where to invest your savings. We're talking about the money that you work so hard day in and day out to get, the lifestyle that you've worked so hard to provide your family with. You don't want to put that in the hands of somebody that you don't know or that you don't trust, because it's your life. It's literally your life and your kids' lives. And working with somebody who is an expert in the theme, who understands this, who researches it. This is what we do for a living. We research, we educate ourselves. The financial industry, and especially the insurance industry, is an industry that's ever changing and evolving, because we have to mirror what's happening in society. So something new like COVID hits, we need to understand how that's going to change society, because that means that our industry is going to change in order to provide the safety and the coverage for society. So it's an industry that's always changing, always evolving, and you need people, and you need to rely on people and advisors like us that we're keeping up with these changes in order to advise you. So my best advice always is, do your research. Do your research with insurance companies, with different advisors. Try to get different advice from different experts, but definitely always go with somebody who you trust, because you're putting your life finances and savings and investments in the hands of these people.
Basically, like someone that you can develop also like a relationship with.
Exactly.
A close relationship with.
Exactly. Right? And that's what we see, for example, with working with my mother. My mom's clients trusted her. My mom's clients developed a relationship with her.
Right.
And now I'm working with my mom's clients' kids who are now my age and who are really getting into this financial and insurance talk. And my mom's clients have developed such a relationship with her that now their kids can come to me, because the relationship was built, and say, Camila, I need life insurance. Camila, where do I go? How do I invest this money? I want to save $100 a month. Where's the best place to save it? Am I going to just save it under my mattress and just wait, develop that relationship so that the trust is there in order for you to receive that advice.
Right. That's very important. Yeah. Somebody that you can, like you said, you can trust.
Trust is
and you don't get that over the internet. I mean, you might, it's an easy way out, I guess. That people just do it because it's easy and they can get an answer and then maybe get a quote.
Exactly.
Fast,
and maybe get the cheapest quote.
You don't know the little things.
Exactly. And that's why it's important to work with somebody you trust, because imagine paying monthly for this insurance, and at the end of it, when you're hit with the situation that you've been paying this insurance for, you want to make sure that insurance delivers. That what you've been paying for delivers. The worst thing that you want to find out is that when God forbid, you're hit with a disability or you're hit with a critical illness and you want to make a claim, you're not able to make a claim for this one thing that you've been paying your whole life for, because you were not advised at the beginning correctly. That's the worst case scenario. So that's why it's important and crucial that you work with somebody that you trust and that is educated on all these topics, so that you can get what you've been paying this whole time for.
All right.
Nice. So what are some options that you say that people have, especially like young people and, when they're getting started with
For sure. So we work with personal insurance, and we need to make that emphasis. We work with personal insurance, which means anything that you need for life insurance, critical illness. Critical illness insurance is a living benefit. Nowadays, and statistics shows, unfortunately, younger and younger people are getting diagnosed with critical illnesses like cancer, like heart conditions, like things that will put you out of work, and that will put you out of work for a long time. The good news is that more and more people are recovering from these critical illnesses. So more and more people are unfortunately getting diagnosed with cancer, but medicine has advanced to such a great degree that more people are recovering from this and conquering cancer, which is amazing. But the whole process
Yeah.
means a financial hit on the family.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We have had many cases, and last year was an unbelievable amount of cases of cancer personally that I had around me as young as 2 years old, from 2 to 25, 30-year-olds. I think I had like 6 cases of people very close to me that were diagnosed with cancer. All of them beat it. But what the financial impact had on that entire family is enormous, because we had a very close case where the wife got sick, and she wasn't necessarily the breadwinner. She was working, but the husband, the breadwinner, had to drive her to the hospital for all of her appointments, for all of her treatments. So he had to take time off of work. And the financial impact that that had on the family was huge, and things that you don't see coming. They inspected, once she was diagnosed with cancer, they inspected their whole house for things that could make the cancer worse. And they had some mold in their windows. And mold and cancer they don't mix. So they had to change all of their windows in all of their homes. And that was like a huge financial
For
hit.
sure, yeah.
And unfortunately, this family didn't have a critical, or she specifically didn't have a critical illness coverage. So it just so many ways that you don't think, and young people don't think that's ever going to happen to them. Young and old people, I mean, every age,
Yeah.
you never think this is going to happen to you. But statistics show that when you have a critical illness policy and you have that safety blanket, you actually recover faster and more efficiently, because money is not a worry for you. Because even if it's $20,000, even if it's $25,000, it makes such a huge difference when a
Yes.
family is going through this.
Yeah.
When somebody has to be put off of work in order to get better, it makes a huge difference. So we offer critical illness. We offer life insurance for younger kids, life insurance as investments or saving solutions that, many people don't think about. Right now, we're hearing a lot in the news about capital gains tax and how that's going to change in our country and in our industry. And we really work with insurance to mitigate tax. And we've been talking about some of our clients who have cottages and other properties, and what financial or what the taxes are going to mean to their family. Insurance can really work hand in hand to protect and to mitigate against tax implications. So it's not just, we talk about wealth transfer to the kids, and you mentioned that you have insurance for your kids. Not only insurance, but how can we use that to be an investment aspect, a savings aspect, so that when your kids are 20 years old, they have a safety blanket.
Right.
Yeah.
So many different ways that insurance can be beneficial.
Yeah, I see the importance, and I think everyone has to take this seriously and
Yes.
make sure that they follow the process.
Yes.
And how can someone start? Like, how can someone reach you, and what process will you recommend for them?
So definitely, I think an assessment of where you are in life is important, and to do it with somebody who has the knowledge to do it. Life insurance can be very complex and have many layers, and it can be overwhelming to, if you want to get started talking about life insurance, it could be very overwhelming. But just sitting down with an advisor, sitting down with somebody from our team could be very beneficial, because we break it down. Where are you in life right now? What are your, what do you do for a living? What are your, what do you work for yourself, for your family? What are your savings? What does that look like? Do you have any debt? Do you have any mortgage? And we break it down and we make it as digestible as possible. And we pretty much match you with whatever your needs are, what is the best solution for that. So just like when you're planning a vacation, I have, a large family. I'm going to talk for myself. I have 3 kids, my husband and I. What's very important for us when we go on vacation, we love good restaurants. So we like to go to hotels that have good restaurants, and we like to go to hotels that the food is good. But another family will be like, the food is a second factor to us. We like the beach better. We want a really good beach. So you go to a travel agent and you say, these are the things that are important for us. Match us with the best hotel or the best vacation plan that you could put for us. It's a very similar situation when you're working with a financial advisor or an insurance agent. These are my needs. I have a very large family. This is my budget. This is what I can afford. This is what I'm looking to get out of life insurance. We do the work on our end to match you with the best possible product, with the best possible company that will fit your needs.
Exactly.
That's basically what we do.
Okay. Yeah. So like personalized, right?
Very personalized. Life insurance is not cookie cutter. It's not one fit for all. It's not one approach for all. It's what is good for you might not be good for your neighbor, and so we really take that and personalize it to your
like
needs.
most of the things, right?
Like most
and
things.
That's why like a lot of people end up doing nothing because they're like, oh, my friend, she got this and did that, and
They
it didn't
compare,
work. It worked. With everything, right?
everything.
With everything, like medical advice, with our industry. It's the same thing. Like people go, okay, but my friend, she qualified for this amount and she did this and she did that. You're not your friend. It's personalized. Your income is different. Your goals are different. Your necessities are different. It's
your risks are different. Everybody
Exactly.
has different risks. Most of my clients are my age, have young families. We are at the peak of, when we talk about risk, we are at the peak of it. So we need the most coverage. So we need the best, accessible product for us right now because we're at the peak of things. We have young kids, we have a mortgage, we're saving for a retirement. Like everything that is coming out of our pocket is a lot right now versus somebody who has grandchildren and, their financial risks is a little bit lower than what it was 30 years ago. So understanding that and working with somebody who understands that is crucial in this whole process.
And I think one of the main things that I can think about is that we're still in our 30s, so we should buy it now.
Exactly.
Don't wait until you're 40, 50. Don't wait.
That's life insurance gets more expensive as you age. Life insurance gets more expensive if you've been hit with a medical condition. Life insurance gets more expensive if you're a man versus a woman. So understanding all of these concepts is really, really important to get you the best product. But like I said, it can be very overwhelming if you're talking about this for the first time. That's why just sitting down with somebody, letting them know, listen, this is my budget. This is what I have. I'm interested. I know nothing about it. But sitting down with somebody you trust is step one. And from there, we can fix a plan for you or fix something that will
figure
tend to
something
your
out
needs.
that's going to work for you and your
Exactly.
family. Or if you're single, something that fits your budget, you're going to have more money, right?
Exactly.
My barber,
yes.
in the 20s,
Yes.
so I said to him, you should buy your life insurance. The sooner, the better.
Yeah. Secure your rate. The younger you are, if you're young and you're hearing this for the first time, if you've never thought about insurance as an option, if the only insurance that you've heard talk about is car insurance because you have to get it, think of life insurance as an option. It does not have to be expensive. It does not have to be complicated. It's a very easy approach. Step one, connect with an advisor. Figure out what your needs are and how you can get secured, and take it from there, because it can be overwhelming, but working one-on-one with an advisor who will break it down for you is the best thing that you can start with.
Yeah, it can probably be overwhelming, but I think in the end, it's gonna be a stress relief for you.
Oh, huge.
For any situation that you
Huge.
go through. Like you said, if it's a critical illness, if it's maybe a death in the family, all of those things bring stress to your life. So if you add the financial stress, you're gonna add all these things to it, it's gonna make everything worse.
Yes.
And like you said, if you have some type of insurance and you're sick and you have all these things going on, but at least you know that you're covered there, that you have this amount of money, that's going to be a huge stress relief for you. And it's going to help you.
Especially when we're talking about living benefits. Statistics show it. And like I said, we educate ourselves. We are constantly having to renovate our licenses, to do courses in order to maintain our licenses. So we're studying and educating ourselves a lot. And statistics show that when you're diagnosed with a critical illness and you have critical illness coverage in insurance, you actually recover quicker and more efficiently because money is not a worry right now. And the way critical illness works is that once you're diagnosed with that disease and you've been paying for a policy and you get a claim and that claim is successful, you get a check for the amount that you've been paying for. It's a lump sum one-time payment. So if you've been paying for $100,000 of critical illness insurance, you get diagnosed with a critical illness, your insurance company is going to write you up a check for $100,000. And that, when you're in the hospital recovering of a critical illness, is a huge, huge support. And it's a huge weight lifted off your shoulders that you know you can provide for your family or for yourself the lifestyle that you've been having because you were proactive and you took this action of securing yourself, securing your family.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Cami, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for being here, for sharing all your knowledge. And we're going to have Cami's information on the screen, and we're going to share all how you can contact her. And if you have any questions, if you want to make up an appointment and talk to her, get an advice, if you want to get started, or even if you already have life insurance and you're not even sure what you have, what your coverage is, what your benefits are, if you're like confused about anything, you can give her a call and she'll help you walk through this difficult process, because I know it's overwhelming for a lot of people and a lot of people don't know where to get started. So if you have any questions, contact her. And I don't know if you have anything to add.
No, just thank you for being here. I mean, I think your knowledge is going to help a lot of people out there. And step number one, contact you.
Exactly. Just don't overthink it. It does not have to be complicated. A lot of people come to me also and say, oh, you know what? I already have it, my benefits from work. Let's review it. Let's see what you actually do have at work, because a lot of people read their booklet the first week that they're hired and they tuck it away and then they forget about it. They never again know how much coverage they actually have. Let's review it and let's compare apples to apples and see, can we get you more? Can we get you more for a lower price? Are you secured? Are you good? And many times the coverage that people have is good, and we will be 100% transparent and honest and say, you have great coverage, don't touch it. Just give us that call. Let's set up that first appointment. Let's see what you actually have and what we can get you, and we'll take it from there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being with us. This has been another episode of Financial GPS. See you next time.